Oh man, oh man, oh man. Another week. Sorry, let me fix this. Because y'all be hating on my team. And I'm still going to rep them. Don't care. Blue star for life. You feel me? But I'm going to be honest. There is no guideline for this episode. I just feel like coming on here and yapping. Just talking. I really have no direction with this. It's been a very interesting week, very interesting couple of days, very interesting couple of weeks, to be exact, almost a month. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this intro. So I don't know. I really don't know. Anyways, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mac, back with another episode because truly it's a great day. It's a great opportunity to be legendary. As you can see, be legendary. Anyways, we are here. I'm your host, the host with the most, the best, better than the rest, Mac Diesel. We are back on another episode of The Bakery. Like I said, I have no direction for this episode. Just feel like coming on here and yapping, talking about anything and everything. I don't know why today is that, but I'm pretty sure I'll eventually figure an answer for why it is like this today. And I will get back to y'all next week and possibly have an explanation to y'all because I don't know why. I know I was supposed to record this. Like, this was supposed to be recorded either Tuesday or Wednesday when I had the time. I've been fixing with my Twitch schedule, trying to stream every other day just so I give myself a break and a chance to stream, record, and make clips and things like that. So that's where I'm at right now. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. But yeah, once I get done yapping, I'm gonna move into studio session, of course. Chris Brown and Leon Thomas dropped a song together, Mutt Remix. Obviously, everybody knows that. Then I'll talk about Leon Thomas just strictly. And then after that, I will get into movies and friends, talk about a show that I got put on to called Cruel Summer. Really, really good show. 2 seasons of it. Don't know if they're going to make a third. That's about it as far as that. So, and then we'll do the verse of the day, of course. Can't forget that. That's important. And y'all can take that and use it for the week, however you guys please. And then that'll be it. So, without further ado, let's get it cracking. Let's get it popping. Let's get it going. To really discuss what I want to talk about today is going to be difficult because I never know. Honestly, I have to do a lot of sitting down and brainstorming and this and that. And it's just like at some point you run out of things to talk about. But not me, though. I think I always find a way to find something to talk about because my mind's always racing. I'm always thinking about something. And I tend to have stories about different subjects that happen in my life and realistic examples for everybody, especially everybody that watches this. I think it's good for anyone and everyone who doesn't feel confident enough to talk to people or in front of a camera, or just anybody in general that is very closed off and just not comfortable at all. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. But I know for me, I know if I don't talk or if I don't talk in front of a camera, it's going to get jumbled up here. That hasn't happened in I don't know, probably about half a month, probably almost a year, especially with me going to therapy and then doing this on top of that. It helps because it gets out of my brain. I'm not thinking about it no more. I'm already discussed it. I've already said what I had to say. And then it's like, all right, cool, moving on. What's next in life? So that's just how I see it. Life is a lot simpler now. I don't stress about much other than just being a good person at the end of the day. I'm always talking about that kind of stuff, just being a good person, be a good person. And I have to be. I feel like there's not a lot of good people in this world anymore, and there's so many people that are addicted to the idea of being the center of attention, causing trouble, and being all those negative things that don't necessarily need to be a part of your everyday cycle. I'm very positive. I can't walk around being sad and thinking about all the sad things in life and what's not working and what should work and how can I do this and blah, 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 and so on and so forth. But it's like, I'm not even giving myself a chance to live life. It's like, how do you expect yourself to just be happy if you can't let go of what's bothering you most of the time? You know, it's just interesting. I'm super comfortable right now, so I'm leaning back. I don't ever do this in the pod. I don't know. Life it does something to you. It really, really does. And even when you're going through bad stuff, always have that thought in the back of your mind, like, how can I make this good? Honestly, it also depends on what is your everyday routine, because some stuff just needs to change. And it's hard to make that decision, but you got to know that you want to do better for yourself. So if you're wanting to do better for yourself, what are the necessary steps that you're going to take to do better for yourself? I know for me, I have been doing content for however long. I've been doing it since college. That wasn't my first thought, my first idea, but I wanted to be different. I definitely wanted to be special, which I already am special. Don't ever forget it. We're all special. But I wanted to use my talents for something greater. So the podcast was an idea, and I started in school. Of course, in school, it was a little different because it had to strictly do with school, and I couldn't just talk freely like I do now. So I told myself after college, once you graduate, continue the podcast, but do it your way. Do it how you want it to be done and how it's going to make you happy, how it's going to make you feel. Because, I mean, why not? I don't want to be stuck doing something that doesn't truly fit my passion and I can't even think of another word for it. I just want to be great in this life. I want to continue to grow this platform. I want to continue to bring awareness to different stuff. And I just want to be helpful a lot of the times. And there are days where I don't feel helpful. There are days where I feel like I'm probably the most annoying person on this planet, especially with the content. Like, I do feel repetitive most times. I feel like there are days where I'll post something and I'll think about it. I'm like, does that really make sense? Or am I just saying the same thing I just said last video? Or just, there's all types of thoughts. I don't allow it to consume me. I don't allow it to distract me from the already built road that I've paved for myself. And I'm not saying I'm taking all the credit. Of course, God put it on my heart and my mind to continue to do these things. It's just more about how can I get better at it? And I think I am getting better. I'm becoming more transparent with myself, not only myself, but I'm allowing y'all to be transparent with me and kind of just see the real me, see the more authentic side of myself versus like following a little script that I wrote up 15, 30 minutes before I start recording. And I don't want to be like that. I feel like that's more so robotic. But as far as like a script, I don't think it's a script. I would say it's more of like pinpoints that I need to hit. And when I speak, it definitely comes from the heart. But I also want it to feel natural, continue to just be helpful in a lot of people's lives. It's so funny because a lot of days I'll be doing my own thing and I'll post a video or, I'm editing something. And I'll get texts from different people like all the time. They're like, oh yeah, like, how you been? I've been seeing your podcast. I've been seeing your posts. So that gets me excited because I'm like, dang. I always have this thought like, what is anybody really watching this? Like, what is making me continue to do this? And then I always have that thought in the back of my mind, like, yo, like, you're doing this because you're good at it. You have a voice that's very well just motivating most times. It just, I feel like the way I sound and how I talk, often hits people a different way. That's been since college. One of my professors on for radio told me that I have a voice for the radio. And if it's not the radio, maybe a voice for the camera, face and voice. I'm handsome, you know what I'm saying? But that's besides the point. Yeah, man, I don't know. I want to continue to just keep being me. I don't see anything about me that would change other than maybe getting in shape and growing more wisdom as I get older, because I'm 28. I've often thought about the age of 30 and, how much different my life is going to be. Do I need to be in a certain position? Am I supposed to be here? Am I supposed to be there? But I don't think about it too much because not so much that I don't think about it. I do think about the age 30 and my 30s, but just getting to that point in my life, it's like I feel like I shouldn't have to worry about much other than just myself and where I'm going in life. I do see myself doing big things. I pray about it every day. I'm just waiting to see what God's gonna do. He's definitely working on me a lot. I can't thank him enough. It's just something about him. He's just so good to me. So good to me. For anybody out there that doesn't believe or doesn't have something that they believe in, this is not a video to make you, oh yeah, like go to church and do this, but definitely just have it in the back of your mind, like, dang, like I wonder what that life is like. It's a great life, man. God's my best friend. He's seen it all. He knows more than my actual best friends. And I have two guys, one girl. Those people are important to me, and they know who they are. But yeah, man, it's just a regular day, and I just love talking to y'all. Y'all are so good to me, so good to me. This podcast is like my favorite thing to do most of the time, other than playing games and Twitch and streaming, even making music. I haven't made a song in I don't know how long. I have to ask Devontae because it's been a very, very long time. I know we talk about making music all the time and, doing this and doing that. We started in high school, and then it just kind of like transitioned into, all right, we got older. We went to college and stuff. Every time we came home, we knew what we was doing. We was hanging out, making music, and then going back to school. It's a good time, man. But now we're all adults and we work and freaking 8 hours a day, sometimes 10 for some people. It's just like, golly. But yeah, man, life is great. Life is great. You know what else annoys me? You know what really just like grinds my gears? Well, there's a lot of things that grind my gears. Like lying, can't stand that. Cheating, can't stand that. Dating is probably the most annoying thing in the world. I think that's probably, other than lying and liars, I think dating is probably the most annoying thing on this planet. Why is dating so hard? Why does dating have to be so strategic? Why does dating have to be this super labeled, like, you gotta be dating for this long in order to be a girlfriend? You gotta do this song. It's just like, why can't we just be people that are hanging out? We gotta have a title, and then I gotta know if I want to marry you, which, that's fair. I can't even be mad at that. But it's just like the pressure of thinking about that. It's like, come on, man. I don't even want to think about that right now. Why can't I just hang out with this person, somebody that I'm vibing with all the time? I gotta freaking figure out what ring to get them and plan a wedding. Like, it's just too many things in the world that grind my gears. It's another thing. Gas. Oh my gosh. First of all, no, not even gas. Electric cars. What? I'm sick of it. I don't like them. I thought they were cool at first. And then you sit there and you look at them and you're like, is this really my life? Is this really what I want to do? I have a story, like, and I hate talking about this story, but all my friends know. I took a trip to Austin, Texas for a convention. And I last minute needed a car. I was supposed to get one, and they didn't have a vehicle for me that was a regular car. They had a bunch of SUVs, they had trucks, they had a van, and I was just like, what do I need a van for? It's just me. So I was like, man, there's got to be something. I was like, I got to do something. Lo and behold, I came across a electric vehicle, a Chevy. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, maybe it won't be as bad. Maybe it'll be like just a chill, like, maybe it'll be cool. So I go do the paperwork, or not the paperwork, I, paid for it and everything. And I get the car. So the car was already charging. I looked at the charge and everything, and I was like, okay, it should get me to Austin. I should be good. But I think what happened was I left later than I intended. And Austin's not that far. It's probably like 45 minutes to an hour, maybe hour and a half. So I knew I was going to be okay to get there. However, the problem was I was supposed to pick somebody up, take them back to the house, and then go charge the car, that was the plan. I got to the house. There was somebody there. I went and dropped my stuff off. And then I was like, well, damn, I'm going to have to go charge the car because I was already low. I was getting low. So I was like, damn, how can I do this? What am I going to do? So I thought it was a bright idea. Well, let me go to the airport, pick them up, then drive back. And mind you, I've never driven an electric car, so I don't know how this works. So I get in the car or whatever, or I'm still in the car. I go drop the stuff off at the house, and my homeboy that was with me at the time was like, all right, let's go. So we drive off, go to the airport, pick our friend up, and we start driving. As we're getting on the highway, the car dies. And I was so mad. I was so embarrassed. I was just like, yo, I was like, this is not smart. You should have charged the car when you got there. Then you should have made a decision on what you were going to do, because doing that was just a terrible idea. And I'm a nice guy, so I want to help and I want to do and do. But sometimes it's like, you got to say no. And I chose not to say no. I was just like, let me go help. I don't care. I need them to get to where they need to get to. You know what I'm saying? So the car died, and I called, what did I call? I think I called AAA. Got the tow truck. I didn't get the tow truck until it was late. It's probably like 9, 10 o'clock. I was like, damn. I was like, my friends are probably waiting on me. I'm embarrassed. This is not a good day. So tow truck comes, takes me to charging station. I put the car on the charger. Sat there for about maybe 45 minutes to an hour. Got it all charged up. Drove back to the house. Luckily, they had a charger in the car. So the way it was, I think it was like a hatchback. Open the truck. There's like a little fold where it has a charger in it. And then you pull the charger out and you can plug it into there's like how do you call it? I don't know. You plug it into the side of the house, and then you can plug it into the car, and then it works like that, which was perfect. Because I was like, at least I can charge it overnight when we're home. That way, if we do decide to go out and have fun, we can do that. And then if I need to go charge it, I'll go charge it and then be done with it. So it ended up working out. And I'm grateful for those people that I was with, because they helped me feel better about the situation. I don't know if there's any animosity for some people with me, but I made a mistake. I'm human. I knew what I did was wrong, and I can't expect somebody to not be mad at me or be upset about the situation. It just happened. So yeah, it ended up being a good time. Austin, Texas, boy, what a day. This is an interesting episode, because I don't know what does it say, man. I think mostly I'm just grateful. Like I said, life is good. I'm just grateful to be doing this kind of stuff. This is so out of order, but it's fun. It's like, what do I talk about? How can I make people laugh? I be wanting to make people laugh all the time. I don't intentionally try to make people laugh, but I'm just like, sometimes I'm just random. Like, maybe it's my face or like my stories. Like, I don't know. My friends always tell me I'm funny, and I don't know. I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. I think my personality is just like one of a kind. You're wrong. Everybody's personality is cool. Mine's just better. But I just like it. I like the life I'm living. I pray I go far in what it is I'm doing. I pray that this is gonna be my child. This is my child before I actually have one. I don't even know if I'm gonna have a child. Some of y'all just don't fit the criteria. And it's okay. Nothing against y'all, but I ain't finna settle. Are you crazy? What do I look like settling and just having a child with anybody? Half of y'all need help anyways. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Get some help, brother. Please. I'm not having a baby with any of y'all. I can't stand some of y'all. Y'all get on my nerves. You just walk around here thinking you're not even a fart. That's word to Ice Spice. That's not my bar. You know what I'm saying? But still, man, this is my child. I love this child. This podcast is my child. I love it. I love y'all. I love me. I love everybody who supports me. It's just been a wonderful ride. I'm just forever grateful. I have a lot of gratitude for being able to do this kind of thing. I enjoy everybody who tells me they watch, and everybody who just wants to hang out with me and just chit chat. Again, this episode makes no sense. I don't know what I'm doing. I think it was good for me to come on here and ramble. This is super chill. Like, this is just like a chill vibe. We're just like, it feels like an everyday thing when you're really out with your friends and you guys are talking and making plans and stuff. This is what that's like right now. This is honestly what this is. and it's cool. I'm just like, yeah, man. I'm just like, whatever. Last thing before I, go on to studio sesh. I'm gonna do some research. I'm gonna do some talking and see if I can get a guest on here. I think it'll be cool to have first time guests. Just kind of ask them about them, talk about some stuff, and then just see how it goes. I think I'm at that point where I want to have a guest. Just kind of expand and keep going and make it more and more fun. Do I know who I want to ask? No, not yet. But I think the time is coming. I think God's been putting it on my heart for a long time. So I just want to see what that's going to be like and how I can make that happen, especially with the microphone situation. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to end up either using a phone or maybe using one of my other microphones. Only God knows. I have no idea. But, yeah, that is the next step. And I really shouldn't even tell y'all, but we're still in the beginning phases, so it's not like it's going to be a big secret. I'm not that big yet. I will be eventually to where I can keep little secrets and stuff, surprises and stuff. But, yeah, that's going to be the next step for the pod. So just be on the lookout for that. We're going to get it cracking up on her. But now that we got all of that out of the way, it's time to jump into a little bit of a studio sesh. Leon Thomas. Wow. What a guy. That man is blown up. Man was on Nickelodeon, on Victorious. Great show, by the way. Everybody can sing. Love it. 3 people, maybe 4? No, just 3 people. Ariana Grande, Victoria Justice, and Leon Thomas. Those 3 can sing. And I know for a fact they're the only 3 out of that show that make music. However, Leon Thomas was the glue to that show. My personal opinion. That man had a voice of the angels. I always knew he could sing. I was always a fan. However, did I know he made music? Probably not. I think during that time period, I wasn't in the time. I don't even know how to explain. Anyways, I wasn't able to put it on my phone like I wanted to. Like, I didn't have Apple Music like I do now. So it was like, I never really knew if he made music or not, like outside of being on Victorious. Then down the road, I found out he made music, and I think I had heard a couple songs, but he didn't have like an album or anything out. So then as years go on, I wasn't really big on music like I am now. I was more movies and video games and stuff. So I was just like on that side of the spectrum. Then I got older and I started listening to more music. Then I started listening to Justin Timberlake and who else? Justin Timberlake was actually one of my favorite artists. He's definitely top 5 for me. A lot of old school. I got put on to a lot of R&B, so y'all know I'm a old soul, cool soul. Like, I just be chilling for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just rare. You feel me? Unicorn. Anywho, I don't know what that was. And then like Chris Brown, of course. I've always liked Chris Brown. Everybody knows that. And then I think I was just like listening to a lot of his music. And then it's just R&B. I just love R&B. So Usher, all that. Then I started listening to more rap again and then switch back, just the whole thing. Now that I'm able to put the music on my phone, I listen to some of his albums and they're very well put together, very well constructed. Even this recent album he dropped, I think that one's called Mutt. I could be wrong. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look. It's a great album nonetheless. And that album was very well put together. Then he drops a remix with Chris Brown. So you putting 2 of my favorite artists on a song together, like, are 2 of my top 5 artists. I'm sorry, maybe not top 5. One's top 5. No, one's top 3. One's top 10. Putting that together was just like it was a beautiful thing. I think the way Chris Brown came onto the song and sang, it sounded like his old self, like younger, probably like, what album was that? Whatever album Run It was on, I think that was the name of that album, Run It. I cannot remember off the top of my head. I'm not good with off the top of the head. But that album, when he was singing on there, he sounded so young. And then when he sang on this one, he sounded young again. But, his lyrics are very mature. So I have to say that I like the song. Not just because of Chris Brown, but I just like those 2 together. I think their voices they fit very well. and they're both talented and super good. But shout out to Leon Thomas, man. Like, that dude's finally getting his recognition, finally getting his respect. He even won a Grammy, like, and then he be writing on other people's stuff. So he's written stuff for other people, which is crazy. Come on, man. Give that man the respect he deserves. So yeah, shout out to him, man. Great artist. Great artist. And now we move on to our second to final part of the podcast. Golly. Movies and Friends. So, Movies and Friends. Haven't seen any movies yet, but I was watching a show called Cruel Summer. Shout out to Miss Lady who put me on. Cruel Summer was crazy good. And I'm not usually into stuff like that, but I'm starting to get into shows that have a lot of suspense and curiosity and wonder. It was very, very interesting to watch, especially for making it, not necessarily making it in a time period, but putting the time period into the show to where it looked a certain way. It was super, super cool. Like the stories, because each season it's the same story, just different episodes, and the case just kind of unfolds. So you figure out what happened and how they got to the point that they are now, depending on if they're going to jail or something. It's just cool to see that how they put that kind of stuff together. And I enjoyed both seasons. I was hooked. I'm talking about at work watching it. Of course, at work, well, I'm not going to tell you what I do at work. That's too much information. I'm not going to spill the beans on that because, again, y'all be out there acting weird. So, but yeah, that show is great. Very, very, very good show. As far as movies, I don't really have any movie takes. I haven't seen any different movies yet. Do I plan on seeing any different movies? Yes, of course. But when? I don't know. I don't go to movies by myself unless it's on the streaming platforms. I should start going by myself because why not? But it is what it is. We'll figure it out. We'll get there eventually. So yeah, that's all I got for y'all. And now we are at our final segment of the day of this podcast, of this episode. That is verse of the day. So this verse comes from Proverbs chapter 27, verse 17. And it reads, as iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. I think that verse is really good because we all have friends and people that we want to help and keep on track and have them do better and take care of themselves and so on and so forth. I think that this verse is good for people, especially me and my friends and my friend groups. I think what it's saying is, as iron sharpens iron, you're helping another person as they're helping you. So what does that mean? Be willing to help others, but also be willing to take the help that comes with it. Because we all think that we're okay and we know what we're doing and we're fine and that and this and that. Though in reality, we're not. We don't take accountability for most things that we're supposed to. And that's a hard pill to swallow. I know it was a hard pill for me to swallow a long, long time, but there was some things that I knew that I was doing wrong and that I needed to fix. So in order to actually fix them, I needed to be willing to hear it from somebody else, not necessarily from just anybody, but people that I knew I was close to that God was going to use as a vessel to get to me. And it's happened so many different times. Like, I can't even tell you how many different times it's happened to where I got told something and it was either I was going to listen to it or I wasn't. And of course I listened to it because it was coming from somebody that I trusted and I knew had my best interests at heart. It was just more so about, am I going to be willing to take it and use it for everyday life? Or am I just going to listen to it and let it go in one ear and out the other? What's the point? I say all that to say that allow the people that you're close to sharpen you as much as they can, and then allow them to sharpen you, but also sharpen them so that way you guys can be sharpened together. Your group is as strong as the attitude and charisma and joy and everything else in between. You want to have a solid foundation with people that you trust and love. So don't ever think people are just being mean to you or, you're not treated respectfully. Like, you are treated respectfully, but sometimes you need to be told when you're doing something wrong, or you need to fix this, or you need to fix that. It's life. It's important. We need it. Otherwise, when we walk around here doing dumb stuff that we know we're not supposed to be doing, and then we end up wondering why we're dealing with this and why we're dealing with that. And it's because you won't listen to that friend that's trying to tell you right from wrong. You're just choosing your own path to be stupid and obnoxious and oblivious. Iron sharpens iron. Sharpen each other. Make each other better. Sorry, I'm pointing at you. You in the back. But anyways, that's all I got for y'all today. I know this episode's going to be weird. Some of y'all are going to just be watching and be like, okay, what the hell is this dude on? But that's what came to mind today. That's what I felt like needed to be done, just to give myself a little bit of a release of talking time. So it helped me. I hope y'all love it just as much as I love it. But I'm going to get out of here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, retweet, repost. I'll be posting them clips, so I know y'all see them. Anything helps. I appreciate the love either way. It doesn't have to be done, but if you feel inclined to do it, I appreciate it anyways. That's all I got. And I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.